Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to film a haul video for you guys, and this video is really exciting for me because I feel like I have not been makeup shopping in forever, like a good makeup shopping where I really like the products, and I wanted to share them with you guys because, as you know, if you watch my channel, I just have been using my money to travel and do other fun things. So I kind of put makeup on the back burner, and this month there was so many good like beauty events going on. Ulta had 21 Days of Beauty, and they had a lot of products that really interest me, and I've always like purchased products from the 21 Days of Beauty, but I think this year they really stepped up their product selection and made the products like way more appealing than any other year that I've seen in the past. So I was really excited to get my hands on a lot of those products. And then Macy's also had 15% off of their whole beauty line, so that was really fun as well because who doesn't like a bargain? And then lastly, like Sephora launched a palette that I was really looking forward to and I wanted. So I kind of dabbled into so many different makeup counters and purchased a lot of stuff, and I'm excited to share them with you guys. So first I'm going to start off with palettes. I did buy several palettes and I think that they're pretty fun and exciting, and the first of which is one from Sephora. So this is the Huda Beauty. This is the Desert Dusk palette. This palette, you guys, is so beautiful. I have only used it once, so I can't give you like a fair first impressions or like a fair like idea of what the palette's like. But on the first use, it didn't give me any problems. I love the look that I created using this palette. I'm looking forward to using it more and creating more like fun looks with it. But initially when I saw that she was launching this palette, it's something that really spoke to me. Colors I gravitate towards. These are colors that I use on the go. This is like a perfect travel palette for me. I just think it's really beautiful. I love the color scheme that she used. It's like a very like pinky plum, like warm neutrals palette, and I love that because I love purples. I think they look so beautiful on my eyelids and they match well with my skin tone and with my eye color. But this palette was super gorgeous. I love the colors. I think that she did a good job of making this palette. I think that it's very sturdy, like first impression wise, and I liked her first palette. I will admit that there are some shades in that first palette that are very hard to work with because they apply best with your fingers, and I hate putting my fingers in eyeshadow palettes, but I do overall really like that palette. So when she came out with this one, I was looking forward to it, and it looked really cool, and from the swatches I saw online, it was a palette that really seemed to work for me, like based off what I can see. So I did go out and I did get this, and I'm really excited to use it some more. I think she did a really good job with transition shades and things like that in here. It's got so much different like beautiful warm transition shades. So really excited for this. I can't wait to use it more and give you guys a better like review on it if you would like that, because I know that palettes are just fun. Like, I just think they're so fun. The next palette I will be speaking to you guys about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture Palette. Now, when this palette launched, I was on the fence whether or not I really wanted to get it. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I go really hard for Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this brand. They're one of my favorites. I think that her products are just such great quality, especially for the price point and how much product you are getting. I feel like it's very fair. It's just really good pricing for the brand, especially for brands that are just similar quality. You're getting a really good bang for your buck with her products. So when she was launching this, I was really excited, but kind of not excited at the same time because I knew she was launching a palette and I love her palettes. Like, I have almost all of them, and this one was one that was cool toned. And I will be honest and say that I tend to gravitate towards warmer tones. Like, that is just my jam. I like warm tones, I like neutrals, I like maybe purples and pinks, but more often than not, it's like just a warm neutral look that I tend to gravitate towards. And this one is straight cool tone, so this is not something that I'm used to. It's something a little bit out of my comfort zone. So when I saw that, I was like, meh, I don't know if I absolutely need it, but I want it because I like the brand and I like her stuff. And then when I saw swatches, I wanted it a little bit more because it looked really cool when it was swatched. But then after all of that came all of the really bad reviews, so I was like, I don't know if I really want it. So I was on the fence about it for a really long time, and since Macy's was having 50% off, I was like, if I don't like it, this is the time to get it because it's a little bit cheaper and I can always return it if I want to. But, you know, who doesn't like a discount? Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. So I did go ahead and get it. I've used this palette twice already, and so far it's really not that bad. Like, for what I was expecting, it's not what it is. So I will be honest and say that when you do dip your brush into it, you get a lot of kick up. But I noticed that with not just this palette, but the majority of palettes I own, I have a lot of kick up when I dip my brush into it. So it's not something that like really steers me away from buying something, because I feel like the more pigmented a product is, the more kick up it has. Like, that's just how it seems to be. But the pigmentation and the blendability of this palette is really good so far. I haven't used all the shades, but the shades I have used have been really good, really nice, super pigmented on the lids. It's actually what I have on my eyes today, and I do like the color selection. Believe it or not, I didn't think that I would, because cool tones just aren't my jam, but they look really nice. And another drawback to this palette for me was that it was primarily matched with 3 shimmers. And yeah, it's possible to make a really nice look using all matte tones, but I like to have shimmers in there to break it up and to add a little bit more oomph. So this only has 3, and it's like this yellowy shimmer tone, this gold shimmer tone, and this like icy shimmering tone. So I feel like the 3 shimmer tones they gave you were like kind of like meh if they only were going to give you 3, but so far, I'm loving it. The shimmery shades from Anastasia, like in every single palette I own, are always so pigmented, so beautiful, so foiled. They kind of remind me of the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows, the texture of them, but they look so beautiful on. You don't need any Fix Plus or anything like that. It is just beaming on the eyes when you apply it. So all in all, I will say that this palette really isn't that bad. Like, it's not bad. I don't know why I got so much flack, but for me, the one that I got was really good. I know sometimes people tend to have different products just because they mass produce them, and some products are really good and some are really bad. So I don't know if people just got a really bad batch, but mine is pretty A-okay in my book so far. So moving on from that palette, I'm going to share with you 2 other palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is the Aurora palette. This is a highlighting palette, as well as the Moonchild highlighting palette. Now, Anastasia Beverly Hills has bomb-ass highlights. Like, I love her highlighting palettes. You get such huge pans, and they're so beautiful. The pigmentation, the way they wear, the way they beam. I just love her highlights. They're some of my favorite that I've used. Her and like Makeup Geek and I think Makeup Forever make some of the best highlights. So these highlights are a little bit out of my comfort zone because these are more like with actual colors intertwined in them. And I feel like that's the reason why I never got them when they launched. The Moonchild one did appeal to me when it first launched because it's a little bit different. It's got like a more blue kind of tone to it, but it's not something I felt like I needed to have. And the Aurora one as well, it's like a really cool concept. It's got really fun shades, but I don't know how practical it is. So that's why I held off on buying them, because I didn't feel like I needed them as well as anybody else out there. I don't feel like you absolutely need them. They're just fun collector items to have in your collection and just to play around with when it comes to like certain like looks you want to perform, or if you want to do something a little bit out of the box or Halloween or whatever the case is. I feel like these are just out of the box highlights. So the first one I'm going to share with you is from Moonchild. And this one is really pretty. I use this shade right here, and that's actually the shade I have on my inner tear ducts, and it is beaming, so beautiful. This one has like that bluish, like purpley kind of undertone to it. All the shades in here, and some are a little bit more icy. This product, I will be honest and say, it's not going to be the most practical for me. I cannot rock the majority, if pretty much any of these as a highlight, because on my skin tone, I feel like they're going to be a little bit too icy and a little bit too chalky. But I can wear them as like brow bone highlights, inner tear duct highlights, eyeshadows if anything, but I don't know how they're going to work on the cheeks, maybe for like Halloween or some sort of holiday or some sort of like thing where I have to do like dress up makeup to kind of do like a theme or something. Like maybe this will work. But on a day-to-day, like I definitely don't think it's something that I will be getting a lot of use out of. So that's why I think I was hesitant in buying it, but it's definitely something fun to have in your collection. And I love Anastasia and I love her products, so I really wanted to get it. The next one is Aurora, and this is the newest of the two. And this one is really cute too. It's different. I mean, it's got these like blue tones, purple tones. Like this one will probably work for me because it's got a little bit more of a gold hue to it. And this one too has got like that golden sheen, champagne-ish kind of hue to it. This one's really icy, so I don't know if it'll work for me. And this one has a green undertone. So practicality, like these just are not practical at all. Let's just be real here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but they're really cute and they're fun. So like, why not for me? I will most likely be using these as eyeshadows and things to just kind of brighten like certain areas and things like that. I don't know if I'll be using them for their sole purpose, but they're fun to have. And, you know, if you're a fan of the brand and the products, like why not? But if you're someone who is not like a huge makeup lover and you want to get something that's more user-friendly, I would definitely take a look into her other palettes because they are beautiful. You will get your money's worth. There's so much great product in it and they're fun to work with, you know, so. Moving on from those palettes, I'm going to share with you the rest of the stuff I bought. So the first one is this from Dermablend. This is a Dermablend loose setting powder. I got two of these because Patrick Star uses them and they were half off. So they were like $10. So I think that's really cheap. I did get two in the original shade, which is this white shade right here. I do have a miniature version of this that I think I got in a Sephora play box like quite some time ago. But I don't remember how exactly it wears. Oh, it's nice. It comes with like a powder puff, which is pretty cool. And it's just got your typical translucent setting powder package. It's got little holes that will let the product through. I have not used this yet. The reviews on it that were really nice as well. I did get two of these. I think that I'm going to exchange the white shade, keep one white, and then exchange the other for like the more yellow tone they had. They didn't have it online, but I feel like I'll exchange it and try it out. But from all of the reviews, this product seems to be really bomb, so I'm really looking forward to using it. In addition to that, my Laura Mercier setting powder is completely finished, so I'm in the market for trying some new stuff, and with that was this. So this seemed to be on sale at the right time. Thank you, Ulta. The next loose powder I got, also from Ulta, was this one from Cover FX. Now, I do have the Cover FX translucent powder in the shade medium or deep. I can't remember. I think it's medium. And I do really like it. I bought it originally because I was out of town. I forgot my setting powder and I went to the store and got that one. And I thought because it was a little bit deeper in skin tone, that it would work for me underneath my eyes and not be so stark. But it ended up being too dark, so I needed the lighter shade. So what I did was I got the light shade in hopes that this one would work better for me and I could use the other one to just set the rest of my face. I really love the other one. It's very light. It looks really nice on the skin. So I went ahead and bought this one just because it was half off, and for like 16 bucks you can't beat it because these powders get very pricey, you guys. So try to capitalize on that sale, girl. Okay. The next powders I bought a ton of powders, you guys, so sorry. Not really. But the next two powders I got were the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation powders. If you watch my channel and you watch my tutorials, you will realize that in every single tutorial I set my primer for my eyelids with this Celebration Foundation powder. And do I think that you absolutely have to have in your collection? No. It's an extra step that I use. I just really like the product. I love the way that it applies on my skin. And then when I go to apply shadow on after, it works really well for me. I did get it in the shade Rich because my mom gave it to me. And the Rich is just really light. So I like to use it to set underneath my under eye sometimes if I want to brighten that area. And it's really pretty. But I figured I would buy another one of the Rich because mine is like basically done. And then I wanted to see if I could get the deepest tone they have to set the rest of my face. And I'm going to be real and say that IT Cosmetics is slacking, you guys, because the deepest shade they have is this color Tan. And tan is tan. Like when you think of tan, what do you think of? Deeper medium complexion. This is for really fair people. Like I feel like this is very light. That's not tan. So I feel like, you know, for this being the deepest shade they have, it was really disappointing. Like I just felt like that was a huge disappointment because they do not offer colors for different skin tones. Like this is your deepest shade and it's like kind of, it's laughable how light it is because it's not gonna work for anybody. Like not even a tan person can wear that because it's not tan. It is for more fair skinned people. So I was really disappointed in that because I don't know, I just feel like brands should cater towards the majority of skin tones and like to have shades that stop at like super light complexions. I feel like it's just kind of unfair, but you know, whatever. It's like the struggle of the makeup world, you know, for women of color especially. I think it's a really big struggle. But overall, I do really love the product, so I'm not going to like knock the actual product. I'm just really disappointed in the color selections they have because I don't feel like they have enough, quite frankly. So I did get the Kabuki brush from IT Cosmetics as well. This was also on sale when they had the Celebration Foundation, and their brushes are really nice quality. My mom has a couple and I really like them. So I love a Kabuki brush because it's something that I use a lot, so I felt like I'd get my money's worth and it is really nice. I've used it as you can see and so far no complaints. I really like the way it applies the product, so there you go. So now I'm going to move towards like highlights. And for me, highlights are the most exciting because it's a thing I love to purchase. I love highlights. So the highlights I got, 2 of which are from Ofra. And I have been wanting to try Ofra's highlights for the longest, but it's one of those things that you only can buy online. And same thing through Ulta, you can only buy it online, but they have them for like $15. So I thought that was really good because I think they typically retail for $30. And I've been dying to try them. So I was like, now's the time. And they had the shades Rodeo Drive and Blissful on sale. So I did purchase both of them. And today I do have on Blissful. And you guys, this is super pigmented, super beaming. I think it looks really beautiful on the skin. But usually when I apply my highlight, I apply it first and then I apply a blush on top to kind of like tone it down because highlight can be very pigmented. But like with this one, I find that when I apply it on, I have to apply it last because when I apply the blush on top of it, it just kind of dusts all the product away for some reason. So that's like the only drawback for it for me. But other than that, like my highlight is beaming. It's so beautiful. I love it so far. Just that one like minor thing, but overall, like I'm really impressed with it. A little dip into this pan will give you like ultra pigmentation. So far they're good, but the packaging is pretty cheap. Like it feels like very cheap packaging. The next highlight I bought was from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Master Chrom highlight. This is in the color Molten Gold. And there are so many YouTubers who were speaking about this, and when you see it, it just looks so beautiful, so blinding. I haven't used it yet, but I will let you know when I use it. But when I did swatch it, it was really pretty and super gold. So I feel like this will work for so many different skin tones. But I'm gonna tell you that the packaging on this is much better than the packaging on this Ofra one. Like this one is like so like flimsy and light. This one feels a lot heavier. So I will show you swatches of all of the highlights when I'm done showing all of them to you. So the last highlight I got was from Estee Lauder. This is the highlight in Bronze Goddess. Oh, this is Heatwave. They brought it back. Okay, Heatwave. I already have this. There you go. It's really pretty. I don't mind having a second one. So I will swatch all of them for you. Heatwave is just a classic. They brought this back because I think that this was something that everybody loved and it was seasonal or it was limited edition. But I love Heatwave. I have the original, the OG one, but this one is really cute packaging. The other one is in a square. So here is the swatch of Heatwave right here. I love Estee Lauder's formula. Like that is beaming, you guys. Next, I will show you the Rodeo Drive from Ofra. Also very beaming, really pretty. I have to say that the Estee Lauder one just highlights a little bit more. I will show you the Blissful from Ofra, which is also what I'm wearing today. This one has a little bit more of a pink tone to it, whereas the other ones are more gold. And lastly, this is the one from Maybelline, the Master Chrom one in the Molten Gold. Okay, so when I dip my finger in it, there's a lot of product. It gave me a lot of product. And it was a little chunky, but it's all good. So that one's pretty beamy as well. Now, moving on from that, of course, I had to get my Lorac Front of the Line Pro Liquid Liner. They had these for half off, so I did get two because they're usually like $20 or so and they're only 10. So it's my ride or die favorite liner of all time, and I just got it in the traditional black. You've seen me use it on my channel 1,000,001 times. It's got the nice tip like you see here, and it's using bristles rather than felt tip, so it does last a lot longer, which is why I love it. And it is just super black, and it just makes my wings so precise and so neat. So that's why I really go hard for it. The next two things I got were mascaras. So the first one is from L'Oreal. This is the Voluminous Lash Paradise. And I got this because it was supposed to be a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I'm a really huge fan of. If you watch my channel, you know that I'm not a huge fan of false lashes. So I like to buy a good mascara that's going to really emphasize my lashes and coat them really well. And I use this today, and it's not bad, but it's not Too Faced Better Than Sex. Like, I will say that. But it is pretty decent. I'm going to play with it some more, but on first impressions, it does coat my lashes, but it doesn't make them like va va voom like the Too Faced one does. The next one I have is the Benefit Rollerball Lash. This one is just a really great mascara. I love this. This is one of my favorites as well. I love to mix this one with the Too Faced one together. They make my lashes like really on and popping, like they're in it to win it. So that's why I did go ahead and get this one, because it was also half off. So for $10, I got this, which is a high-end product, and I paid $10 for this one as well. So it made them on the same playing field. And the last product I got also from Benefit was the Benefit Cabral. They had a huge campaign for this not too long ago, and I have used their Goof Proof pencil, and I like their brow gel. It's really nice as well. So since this was on sale, I did get their like dip brow pomade kind of thing, and I did use it today. I have it in the color number 4, and I did like it. And I was a little bit weary of the brush that came in the tip, but the brush is actually very nice too. I like the size of it, and it is very firm. I thought it was just gonna be like really cheapy, but it's not. And the packaging is really cute, very bulky but very cute. But overall, like the product in itself is pretty nice, and I like the color. The color matches my hair and my brows really well. So far so good. I like everything. So that will complete my haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.